What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Poor Man Mods. Today we're going to be installing this Tanabe or Tanabe or Tanabe or however you want to pronounce it. It's a front sway bar for our IS300. Now, I really like installing front sway bars. They're one of the few mods that you can do that don't really have any negative effects after installing it. Really, the only downside is you're increasing weight a little bit, but it doesn't really negatively affect the way your car rides. It doesn't create more noise or vibrations or harshness like many other mods. It's all around an awesome mod, and it's not that expensive. And I'm also replacing the end links with this. Now, if you've ever worked on a Supra or an IS300, I don't know how many other Toyotas have it, but they have a really awful design in the end links. And a lot of times when you go to take the sway bar off or you need to do something and disconnect the end links, sometimes you have to cut your end links because they have this really stupid design where it's the end link and a bolt and a nut on the end, and the only way to take the nut off is to put an Allen key in the bolt. And it gets super rusty, and a lot of times you're going to strip that bolt with the Allen head, so you're going to have to cut it off, and it sucks really bad. So if you're planning on doing a sway bar or lowering springs on your IS300, I would highly recommend buying new end links and installing new end links when you do it. Plus, if your car is a 2002 like this, it's got 160 some thousand miles, your end links probably need replaced anyway, so just do it while you're in there. Just makes sense to do it. So I already have the wheels off. I don't think I need to show you how to do that. So we're going to take these end links off, put new ones on, and hopefully putting this sway bar on won't be too difficult. Okay, so I actually got the other side disconnected. It sucked, I'm not going to lie, but it wasn't as bad as my Supra. My Supra was really bad, and I had to cut them off. But I'm going to show you here what I'm talking about, these stupid end links. If I could meet the guy that designed these, I would punch him right in the freaking face. To take the sway bar off of this end link, you have to put an Allen key right in here. See, I already loosened this one up. I didn't need to cut these actually, but they were very difficult, and they're very easy to strip. So right here I have a 14mm wrench. Then you put your Allen key in there. Now the bolt is really, the wall is not too thick around that Allen key, so if this is really corroded, it is not difficult to strip that at all. And so what you have to do, you have to have your Allen key or ratchet on tighten and loosen your wrench and turn the nut. And it's not easy at all. This is the easiest one I've ever done, but I got new end links just in case. And see, look at that. See, it actually stripped. I might have to cut this. It went sideways. Oh, I hate these so much. So goddamn much. Yup, stripped it. It just spins now. Allen key just spins right inside of that. See? So, now this is fucked. I fucking hate these end links so much. Now, I might be lucky enough to get vice grips in here and clamp on it. I'm going to try to do that. If I can't get vice grips in here and clamp down on the bolt, when I loosen this nut, I'm just going to cut it off. I hate these things so much. I don't want to jinx myself, but I think I might be getting it. Ow. I actually just touched this to my face to see if it was hot. I think I'm going to get a blister. These things are fucked. And now, we got to get this bottom one. This one sucks too. And this one doesn't have an Allen key head on the other side. It's just a bolt. And it spins, and you gotta put vice grips right here. So this bolt down here on the bottom is so tight, when I first broke it loose, I had to pull on the control arm and kick it. And it was barely breaking loose. And it just so happens that the outer tie rod is right in front of the bolt, so you can't put an impact on it. It's the greatest design ever. You get these vice grips here. You put it right there. And you attempt to loosen. But I already broke it loose with my fucking donkey kicking, which I did before I filmed this because I wanted to make sure I could replace these before doing this. I really think I burnt myself with that nut. I put it right here on my lip to see if it was warm. I don't know why I did it, but I did it, and I think I'm getting a blister. That's how much friction there is on those things because they're rusty as hell. Ugh, worst design ever. I think I got it. I think I got my nut off. There we go. Here's this freaking piece of shit. And there you have it. Bottom, top. Now, the one on the other side is already out, and now I have to drop the brackets for the sway bar, put the new one up, and then we'll put these in last. So there's the bracket on the passenger side. And I'm sorry, I'm a one-man show today, so it's kind of hard to get these shots and everything. And there's the driver's side mount. Now, I'm probably not going to be able to show you me undoing these because I'm a one-man show today, but I will at least film myself undoing it. So I'm pretty pissed from doing the end link, so I'm just going to use an impact. I don't feel like dicking around right now. Pretty pissed, so I'm just going to use this impact. I don't feel like taking shit right now. One more. And it's down. I'm choking. Okay. Here's the old one. Okay, so there's a comparison of the old one versus the new one. Okay, so I'm actually surprised. This kit came with brackets and new bushings, but it didn't come with any grease or any kind of lubricant. So I'm going to use some white lithium grease and spray it on here. Oh yeah, make a mess. Make a good old mess. Now it's all loosey-goosey. Alright, now we're gonna try to reinstall this sway bar. Now with this, it's a lot easier if you just get all the bolts in, just a few threads. You don't want to tighten it up in case you need to make any adjustments. It makes it a lot easier if you keep it all loose. Now I can do the passenger side. Okay, now it's time to install our new end link. Bigger portion goes down bottom. It's going to make it easier if you bend this down and then bend this up a little bit, kind of like that. Now I already did this to the other side and I was able to tighten this one without even using an Allen key really, but the bottom one I still had to put my channel locks on the dust boot down there, which really irritates me. Alright, now for the bottom one. This one, the nut went up in size. Instead of it being a 17, it's now a 19. So I'm using 19 socket with a half-inch thing. And you can tighten it a little bit. Actually, I didn't need to on this side. I was able to tighten this one. I was able to tighten this one all the way without needing to put channel locks on the bolt. On the other side I did, so I'm not sure why it was different, but now it's fully secured up here. We just have to go and secure the mounts. All right, it's done. Alright guys, so there you go. That's how you install a front sway bar in an IS300. It's basically the same exact process for the Mark III Supra. Could be the same for many other cars. But I know same exact sway bar link set, same exact end link setup and everything for the Supra and this. So I basically did this before. But I really hate the end link design for these cars. It's almost impossible to do it without messing something up on that end link. Like, I got this side done perfectly fine, but then you saw on this side, I stripped it, and then I had to use vice grips, and it was not easy to get off. So if you're gonna do this on your Supra or IS300, or any car really, if you're gonna do a sway bar upgrade, you should replace your end links. I mean, they're probably old anyway, and it just makes sense to do it while you're in there. So go ahead and do the end links too. And now some of you might be saying, oh, I thought the IS300 was only going to be like a fuel economy car. Well, I want to make it a fuel economy car, like see if I can increase the fuel economy, which I haven't yet. It actually went down. But I also want to do like other performance shit to this too. But this sway bar, theoretically, I think in racing, it would improve fuel economy because it's going to allow you to maintain a higher momentum going through the corners rather than braking, which is wasting energy and then having to reaccelerate. So theoretically, it might help with fuel economy if I was racing it, but I'm not racing it. So really, it's not going to change the fuel economy. It does weigh a little bit more than the factory one, but it's not that big of a difference. But I'm sure it's going to handle a hell of a lot better, even though it already handles pretty good for a stock car. And other than the end links being a bitch, this install isn't really that difficult. Getting the sway bar actually in the car was really easy. I know with my Sentra, it was a really difficult job doing that front sway bar. It was just so hard to maneuver in. And Tony's Corolla, the E86, it's a little bit more difficult than this. There's two big brackets that you have to take off in addition to the sway bar bracket, so it's a little bit more work. But this one, other than the end links, it's pretty easy. So go ahead and get yourself a front sway bar. It's one of the few mods that has really no negative effects from it. It's all good. It's all good, bro. So, I sound like a fucking douche saying that. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Poor Man Mods, and I will see you guys.